Sitaram, everybody. As we get set for our 11th, 10th, 11th session of our Bhagwat Yagna, let's all stand as we get set to welcome the Lord with His arati. For those of you viewing online, welcome to the ashram. We're going to do our second discourse for today so far. We're joined with Pandit Cyril and his entire family. Pandit Duri and Auntie Gola is here. Let's do arati and then we will start to talk. Put your hands together and in your own words, welcome the Lord. Dear Lord, thank you for affording me the opportunity to be in your company and the company of your devotees. It takes a lot for a person to put down the mantle of all the things that they could have been doing. To say, dear Lord, I want to make time for you. There's never time. We can all agree we are all busy people. And to put down the schedule, to simply sit and listen, it sounds easy, but such a sacrifice. Prabhu, you made it possible for me to be in the company of people that are like-minded. Bless me to listen and to learn and to benefit from the example that is about to come. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam Deepam grihana devesham Trailokyatimilapaham Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti Papiyon ko paap se hai taarti Jai Jai Bhagwat भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला एवरीबॉडी हरि गान यही वरदान यही हरि गान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल की आरती हो पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी ये मधुसूदन पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान बड़े है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती ये मधुर बोल जग फंड खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला ये
वाला, बेगरी को बनाने वाला, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है सारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है सारती, जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है सारती। ओम नमो नारायण, एवरीबॉडी ओम नमो नारायण, ओम नमो नारायण, हरि 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 ओम नमो नारायण, हरे हरे हरि ओम 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 नारायण, ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण, ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण।
Let's pray together, everybody. With your hands still in the right posture by your chest, together, with your eyes closed. Don't get distracted by what's going on around you or who's next to you. For 2 seconds, dear Lord, I came here to pray. I came here like what we were listening to Prahlad's teachings, to listen, to see, to feel, to taste, to walk in a place where like-minded people came to do worship for that Abhayuk Shaligram, Narsing Shaligram. It is the month of Shravan. Mahadev Baba is happy. It is the month of Adhik Maas. Lord Vishnu is being celebrated. Prabhu, we waited for so long, forget pandemic. We waited for 3.5 years for this month to come. And now that it is here, goodness, good things, good food, charity, seva is being done. Thank you for giving me a chance to sit in this company. Dear Lord, please accept my prayer. Om Gajananam. Everybody. Kapete Jambu
Bhakshritam
Umasutam Sho
Kavinashakarakam
Namami Viganeshwara
Parapangajam.
This evening I received a whole set of something you may be new to it. But as Guru, I wanted to teach you, I want to show you. Uncle Ramnath brought a lot of shami leaves for us. And it is something that we use, the plant we use it, the flowers, it is closely related to that Parashakti, that all-pervading mother. And we offer it in prayer. I want to do it for myself, I want to do it with my wife, I want to do it for my home, safety and blessings. And Uncle Ramnath, God bless him, he brought so much that everybody would get to do it as well. After our session, before the next one begins, we will make the offerings. Mother, your children are praying, but we all have difficulties, we all have problems, hindrances. Please watch the sacrifice we make. Maybe I didn't offer flowers, maybe I didn't offer jal, maybe I didn't get to do these things today. But Prahlad says that the person who sacrificed their time, they prioritize his form and his glory. That by itself is a prayer. Please see what I am doing and bless me. Sarva Mangala Mangalye
Shive Sarvati Sadike
Sharanye
Trayambike Gauri
Narayani
Namostute
Guru Brahma
Guru Vishnu
Guru Devo
Maheshwara
Guru Sakshat
Param Brahma
Tasmai Shri
Guruve Namaha
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
One more time. Om Namo. Everybody. Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki.
Jai.
Everybody have your seat. Make yourself comfortable. In our previous discourse, we did that chapter that dealt with, wow, Durga in the place. We did that chapter that dealt with Durvasa Rishi and a king by the name of Ambarisha. And in it, Durvasa, who brings to the end of Ram Leela, he brings the end of Krishna Leela. When you hear the part where Lord Krishna gets shoot, how the life leaves the body, why the peepal tree is there, he gets an arrow in the foot. So sometimes people ask, well, how come if he is God, if he went and fight the whole Mahabharat war and an arrow never hit him, how come if he just went by the Yamuna, when we reach to that part, and I summarize it, we reached by the Yamuna and somebody was hiding in the bush, and with the darkness of his skin, with the dark color of him, when he was playing with his foot in the water like this, they thought it was an animal drinking water. They let go the arrow, and by the ankle, Lord Krishna gets shot. This Durvasa Rishi, the entire episode we discuss it, how he told him to cover himself in prayers, cover yourself in what we would say fermenti, or a mixture of gobar and different oils and wood dust and so on. Bathe yourself with it, let it remain on you. And he was testing Lord Krishna, but Lord Krishna kept on his shoe. So when he takes off the shoe, that portion of his body was exposed. It did not have it. And he says, oh Krishna, what did you do? This location, this part of your body will be your weakness. So in that you hear that it was Lord Shiva who comes as this Muni, and he's coming as the Muni now to see, to test, in this case, Sri Ram, Krishna Bhagwan, very powerful. And there are many examples of people, he would show up like Draupadi when she had the bowl, and if they had come to beg for food or anything, she didn't have any food in the bowl anymore. She calls on Krishna, help me now, help me now, help me now. And Krishna scrapes the rim of the bowl and he gets one grain of rice. And in it, when he becomes full and satiated, Durvasa Rishi leaves and he doesn't confront them. But in our discourse today, he goes to test a person who is doing Ekadasi Brat. Lord Vishnu is an ardent Vishnu worshipper. And he tells the person, long story short, I'm going to go and do my morning prayers by the river. I'm coming back just now, and we will have lunch. At the lunchtime, we will eat together. But the person doing the prayers on the Ekadasi knows that they have to break the fast in the Dwadasi day. There's a particular time that you have to close it if you want effectively to get the blessing. So the person is in a predicament. Should I break the pundit? Should I break my God? And he says, you know what? I told him I would not eat until he comes. So I wouldn't eat. But I'll end my vrat with a sip of water. And that's what he did. When he did it, and the money reached back, he says, and I tell you don't eat? You have lied to me. And he pulls out a piece of the jata, piece of hair, break the fiber here. And he calls with mantra, he makes that hair transform now into a female spirit. It described as having two very, very sharp swords, ready to destroy. But when he says, spirit, attack him with full force, destroy his home, his money, his people, destroy. Mahavishnu has sent the Sudarshan Chakra like a big umbrella, just for children to understand. This weapon of Lord Vishnu is spinning. And when the enemy charged, Lord Vishnu replied with more force, destroying the spirit, and now started to chase behind. Same Durvasa Rishi, same incarnation of Lord Shiva. Durvasa Rishi runs, he runs to Brahma. Dear God, you are the creator, protect me from this weapon that is coming. He says, what could I do? I work at the will and the mercy of Lord Vishnu. I grow from his body on a lotus flower. I can't help you, I'm helpless. When you angered that man and that man is coming after you, there's not much I could do. Go and speak to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the one who makes that Sudarshan Chakra. He gives it to Lord Vishnu when he had prayers and he needed this particular weapon. He gives it to Vishnu Baba and he says, use it to destroy evil. He reads by Rudra and he says, I need help. Lord Shiva, watch him. Now remember, this is incarnation of Lord Shiva talking to Lord Shiva. Such a leela. He says, you are truly foolish. You want my help? You don't have nobody to help you. How could you go and interfere with the person that is praying to Vishnu Baba? Remember the other night we were talking about Ajamil and we heard how people did not understand the power of his name. When people don't understand why you name your children Krishna and Ram, etc., so that you constantly call the name of God. Ajamil is the person who calls his son, whose name happened to be Narayan, but he gets the blessing as if he had chanted the name of God, calling on God, that in his last moment, after 88 years of a sinful life, he gets benediction and freedom of all his sin. It's wiped clean, goes to heaven and transformed into the four-handed form of Mahavishnu. He says, Lord Shiva says, you are so foolish. Don't you know when he was testing Ram and Krishna, he would not have minded. He would have forgiven you. He would have accepted you. He would have played with your evil. Many examples of that. God is giving. God is forgiving. But when you interfere, when you take out God from your mind and you interfere with one that is trying to do the right, somebody that is fasting and praying and they are protected by that form of Lord Vishnu, there is no limit to what he will do to protect that person. And this is why you are being hunted the way you are right now. In the early part of our discourses, we said when Parikshit tells the Kali Yuga where to live, one of the places he says you will dwell where envy lives, dwell where jealousy lives. And he says, Durvasa, you are jealous at what people can attain. This is why you constantly want to see if they are truthful, if they are genuine. And this is what you are checking really, their ability to hold fast against your test. No, you test the wrong person, you interfere with the wrong. What could I do? Go and beg the person who you're wrong. Go and beg the person who is in control. The devotee, go by he. He goes back to Ambrisha and he drops his head to his foot. I did not mean to incur your wrath. Humble now. He says, well, I didn't do anything, You get vexed with me. I sipped a little bit of water. I didn't harbor any ill will against you. There is not much I could do for you. Go to my God, Lord Vishnu, and pray to he for help. And he goes and he does the prayer, and the Murti transforms into a real form of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu says, you have to understand, I become a puppet. You see, when a person sits down and makes the prayer so deep and genuine that they want to hear me, they want to taste something I touch, what we call prasad. I want to see my Devta. I want to take my time and maybe make a mala for him. I want to offer my stuff by him. Like how did have this shami leaf? I want to get the opportunity to put it for him. There are some people that have a shame factor, a lazy factor. I don't know why. But I don't want to do it. Next time I go do it, no problem. But the devotee of Lord Vishnu is the person who says, I am here. I am going to make use of this opportunity. I'm not sure about tomorrow. And if it's just a flower, if it's just a arti, if it's just a touch the murti, I am going to make full use of the opportunity. He says, when I come across somebody praying like that, Durvasa, there is no limit to the licks, to the fight, to the defense I will give to save such a person. By doing this way you do here, you know what danger and trouble you bring to yourself. Retract and ask for forgiveness and don't test my devotee. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. In it, it talks about, because we are walking. Sometimes when people go Bhagwat, older people will know what I'm saying. You're reading the discourse like a story. People hear it and it go in one ears and it come out in the next ears. Nice story, good tale. But very little training is allowed because the person doesn't see the link. Like, for example, if we talk about the Prahalad, I know that is how we get Bhagwat. But when you hear, okay, if Hinduism, how many years ago, is talking about imbibing in the fetus, words, training, skills. When we talk about the father of Parikshit, that you're talking to the belly and the child is learning the art of war while still within the belly. There are many people, different religions, that talk about God, but Hinduism is the only religion that has prenatal sanskar whilst the baby is growing within the mother, and postnatal sanskar when the child is growing. Not only wedding rites or making the relationship with the pandit, what we locally would say Guru Diksha, but the prayers when you're cutting your hair for the first time, when the child going to eat for the first time, the father, they do out the baby prayers in that sanskar, they call the devtas, they worship the devtas, and in the fire now you see they put a pot, and they will cook the sweet rice in the pot that is charged by the energy and the fire of God. And the first maybe a grain of rice, the father mash it up, he cool it down, and they put it on the little baby lip. The pediatrician will tell you, let the body develop till 6 months, so that they are ready to handle solid food. The child then swallow, but the prayer says, bless the mouth, the tongue, the lips, the throat. Don't let this child have any gag reflex or any choking mechanism. If it is there that this person going to choke, move it. Throat, stomach, go down the intestine, out the butt. Bless the entire machinery and allow that the growth, the nutritional growth of this child is there, and allow this child to develop. Hinduism had this for how much? Donkey years. And the Western world is now learning the ins and outs of building the brain of your child. When your child has, for example, we have a child with autism or some form of ADHD or attention deficiency. Now you hear, get a frequency called brown noise. It sounds basically like the ocean, shh, constant like that. And you play it for these type of children when they're sleeping. And it does something with the brain waves that the same hyperactive child that is in some ways frustrated, they cannot function, they can't do their work, they start to calm down and they behave differently. Hinduism has been using wave energy and resonance ever since. This is why we just blow the song, ring the bell over the lingam, knock the drum, the damru, for example, in different ways, sound energy nonetheless. Our dharma is eternal, it is intricate, but you have to look for the meaning and the kind of, double meaning to see where it applies to you. Bhagwat is using this text, using this method of meeting, prayers, sharing food, sharing this, doing something, offering yourself. To do what? To overcome the sins. Now we enter Skand 8, chapter 2. Before we do so, let's do our Sumiran. Put your hands together. We don't get to come to Yagna, to enter into the Yagna Shala like this. A person has to work for this. A person has to get the opportunity to practice Shravanam, the art of listening. I am doing devotion, I'm using my ears as a receptacle to take in the glory of the Lord. I'm using my eyes to see the Murti, to see the Arti, to focus on it. And in doing it, I will get my liberation. Dear Lord, please bless me and hear my prayer. If in your heart you have a desire, health, family, money, talk to God. Redhi Sedhi Datam Sedhi Sadana Varana Varana Sumino Varambar
Madanak Dan Ki Lal Ko Ganapati Kripa Nidan Gyan Kani Anand Bhavan Deho Mohi Vardhan Varno Bhasha Bhagwat
Jai Shivanand Khan Bhutanath Bhobhaya Harana Bhakti Vishay Nirvan Gauravadana
Mangal Karna
Jai 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 Jagadisha Sevat Shesha Sevat Shesha Mahesha Ja Mahimamita Deva
Veer Veer Janan Nahe
Riddhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadana Varana Varana
Tumiro Barambar Madanak Dan Ki Lal Ko Tumiro Barambar Madanak Dan Ki Lal Ko Tumiro Barambar Madanak Dan Ki Lal Ko
Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. In our conversation so far, we've talked about, simple as that, Vrindavan, in the city of Vrindavan, lives a man named Bihari. Bihari was this person gifted. Who is he? Why would they say that? Bihari Lal. Bihari is the son of Bihari that lives in Vrindavan, Ki Jai. We celebrate Krishna, who is this Bihari's son. And Bihari, just to recap for those of you that were missing, Bihari is this poet. He used to sing a lot of bhajans. Some of it we know, sit down. Some of it we don't know in Trinidad or West Indies, culture. And Bihari had the blessing that Radha Devi and Krishna used to come at the Sandhya hour and dance as Bihari would sing every day. When he's finished singing with them, he would bathe them like children, feed them, dress them, and send them off. And that became his life practice. However, at one point, Radha Devi is becoming a young lady. And he feels ashamed to bathe her in this now young lady body. So he says, Mother, from today, me I go bathe you. That time passed. But Mother didn't like that. Mother got angry because I am your mother and I give you an opportunity. You cannot palm my gift off on somebody else. So she did not come that evening. Christian didn't come either. And for days, a little while passed. Bihari is grieving. Could you put yourself in that position? Forget God. These two children. You see them growing. Imagine from baby to maturity now. Teenage years, every day, this is your life practice. This is all you have. Every song you write, the song had to sing for them on a daily basis. Every day I have to start my day, write a song, compose the song, get ready. They are coming. When they come, this is the offering, this is the gift. Now it have nobody to offer anything to. And he starts to cry. He says, the only thing, Krishna, I could offer you now is my tears. I wish you could show me a little mercy and come back. And Krishna is the one, whenever you hear somebody say, Kripa Raj, the God of mercy. Krishna comes, he says, Radha doesn't want to come, she's angry. Because you hurt she when you turned her away. But I know you didn't mean, you didn't mean malice. And I want to come back and tell you that time passed of us coming every day. Now we will manifest in a murti. And you will care for us and you will sing for us every day. Till today, in the city of Vrindavan, there is this mandir, Bihari's mandir. And in Bihari's mandir, the Radha and the Krishna is there. And people flock. When I tell you people go there just to see. You still get to touch and offer flowers. To fight that crowd, to go in this place. But that Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai, that is immortalizing this person, this devotee. This person who reached so much devotion that God couldn't help himself. He had to come. So much like a puppet, so much like a servant. He has to come to enjoy the love of this person. In this example, he's the child and this is an older guy. But in reality, who is the child? And he comes in such a way to play with him, to pinch him, just like what's happening in front here. What we could tell an older person, in terms of emotion, a little child would pull more feeling, more love out of that same person in a different way. For me, today, I'm so happy to have Pandit Duri and Auntie Gola. When I remember, as I seen him, for people from Hindustan, I remember the first jag I did, I couldn't be more than 15. And we was with Pandit Jivan in school trace. And Pandit Duri's father had a nice big beard. And everybody used to call him Santa Claus. And I was frightened because I was doing my first jag. I afraid. Pandit Romnath was the Ritwik, and me and Santa Claus sit down talking, and I nervous. I forgetting all my mantra and doing Gosain part and Santa Claus, because all I could tell him is Baba. I can't call him Santa Claus to his face. Relax yourself. Go easy. Go easy. Say a prayer. Take your time. Take your time. Them days you can't blow song and thing. And fast forward, and Auntie Gola is Pandit Krishna, who I learn all my prayers with, sister. And whenever, and them is younger, Pandit Anand and Pandit Krishna, right? Anyway, them doing this, sister coming from Vista Bella, and she running down, she brother and them, supporting them high and low. And we grew up with these three sisters, day whatever, wherever these brothers doing. Till today, my sisters, they with me. One cooking outside, one day this side singing because he voice croaking, he can't make. So although she doing she prayers, she had to come here and sit down. This is the example we grew up with. And it is my blessing to have two all here today. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. In getting ready to understand the Christian part of your katha, it's good to go jag. But you're learning nothing and you're changing, you're wasting your time. In everything we're talking about, in preparing yourself in that last discourse, when people go to pray, some people like to complain. Think what's in. God, you see what she say? Father, you see where the child get the exam? Everything is bad. And in the examples, because Ved Vyas, the person who writes Bhagwat, he says in the beginning, in Kali Yuga, mankind will be of a different nature, a different understanding. In other words, the head might be a little hard. So the Vedas, with all the suktam and all the nice poetic language, might shoot straight over the person's head. Like if we go and we sit down and we talk A-levels subject with some 5-year-old children. it may not reach them. It may not have the impact the way you want it. So let me make a new book that involves the material that you need to find God, but I will put some names, I will put some examples to sit down, things for you to follow, things for you to remember. So when somebody hear Bhagwat, they remember Prahalad. You hold on to certain things. This one, here's another example of a devotee that starts off very proud, but in the course of his existence and experience, he learns. And as we are getting ready to do Christian discourse and chant on Sunday, we're going to have a lot of chanting for Lord Krishna. We want to be better. Let's hear what happens again. Skand 8, chapter 2. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole. Everybody help me sing. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Tavata Viprayet Triput Trey Bhava Shruna Shrunuyatam Payogniye Vidyate Dishaye Rocha Rocha Tam Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jai Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Sukdev Goswami says, in this place called Chitrakoot, beautiful scenery, wonderful environment, great lush greenery, primary, secondary growth, different trees, 9 shlokas just explaining the plant life, flowers life, bird life, animal, different beasts. And everybody's living in serenity and somewhat calmness and togetherness. There is no oppression by one over the other. And he says, in this place lives a herd of very powerful elephant. He says one day the bull, the male, Gajendra, he's walking with his family. They are going to have bath. And at this time he's so happy. He's seeing all the young, all the sons, all the wives, the different members of his family. Anywhere they go, not a tree, nothing could stop them. They would plow over every entity. And this king elephant, with his huge body, influence, respect garnered from everybody in the animal kingdom, he's thinking to himself, how fortunate am I that I have this, I have family, I have relatives, I have relations, I have the best sons, I have the best daughters, I have the best quality. I am a successful person based on that. Bear in mind, this is animal. And with this type of thinking, with this way, he becomes very emboldened. He becomes very proud, and going closer and closer to this beautiful lake in this beautiful area. They want to take bath. The place is very hot, very heated, very humid. Let's hear what happens as they reach to that spot. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shaktiru. Everybody help me. Namastasye, Namastasye,
Namastasye, Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsrita.
Vaigaha Tasmi Manmrita Amba Bhuvani Malyatam Papo Nitya Dvijaye Pushtak Sparsha Makhraye Kalam
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता
Krinikarni kulayebhyascha Duradha ye nishchit yatam Kripano ye kripanahe Kripate ye nyatitam ye atau
देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता.
When they go into the water without any second thought, proud, nothing can stop them. They don't watch the water, they don't think about the depth. Because of who they are, there's no fear. They walk in proudly into the water and they start to play and make melee, make pull up water and spray each other. They played. And these proud beasts do not realize that looking in the depths of that water is a huge crocodile, a huge alligator. Wonderful environment, but even when even when the place is perfect, enemy and the enemy's attack is lurking and you don't realize when you're in someone's target. Gajendra and all his loved ones, he's watching them play. Let's hear what happens next. Tam tatra chitra nipriyate daya yoga detu graho baliyamscha yeranya rupakshye grahantishtaye ati ya devi sarvabhuteshu shakti rupena samsthita namastasye namastasye
नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता.
The alligator, realizing something is now in the water, sensing some disturbance in the water, lurking in the dark, murky side of this pond. The alligator goes close, quietly, easily, and he sees this huge leg of the elephant and thinks to himself, this will make a great meal. This animal is guided not by cognitive reasoning or the ability to have the intellect to make a choice, but by the inner desires, by the hormones that drive, that triggers like an animal to feed, to reproduce, to rest, to hide. This animal is as if something else is controlling it. The weather controls these type of reptiles. But with the heat, they become very mobile, very anxious, very active. And when he saw the leg, he goes closer and closer. Tate turanga yoyapi patikarane ye grishayatam Vaikritta ye manaye tarasya baliyasa vipraye yati
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता.
When the alligator went and snapped Now God makes an alligator as a different thing. That jaw has a certain amount of grip and power. It is not like the jaw you and I have. It snaps, and the animal has a technique called the death roll. When it locks, it starts to spin, to pull and break bone, pull flesh, causing so much pain for the prey that life may leave the body just by the initial bite. The elephant is so strong, he feels something pull, and Gajendra, the Lord, the King, he feels himself being dragged backward into the deeper side. All the females are watching. The last thing they're thinking, something is going to interfere with it. He's strong, he's always there, he's always big, he's always capable. It is impossible to make this person struggle. And Gajendra, thinking I could fix this, I could do this, I don't need anybody, I'm not in trouble, doesn't even ask for help, doesn't cry out for help. But in his mind, I could still fix it. I don't know what's biting me back there, but I'm going to pull, and with his force makes a step forward. And then the alligator pulls back. The animal is relentless. It is not letting go. And for 1,000 years, forward, backward, equally powerful. The devatas are watching. And in this way, everybody is harassed. Tears start to run from Gajendra's eyes as his strength is dwindling. Strength and vitality is going. And if his energy goes, he will lose. And now, when he feels that his feet is buckling, his strength is going, tears running from his eyes, it is then he realizes that I am not so powerful. I am not all powerful. I cannot do this by myself. Let's hear what he does. Namami me jnanatam gaj gaj kritaye karnate prabhavyena mochantum grihana parameshate.
Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu shakti rupena samshrita namastasye 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 namo namah. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu shakti rupena samshrita.
He calls them wives, sons, oh strong sons. An animal is pulling me, and I cannot for the longest while. I'm trying to get out of this trap, but I can't do it. Before my strength leaves me, help me now. And they all look to each other, and they make a little bridge, and they wrap each other, and they're pulling, they're holding on to his trunk, and they're pulling. And when they pull forward this way, Mr. Alligator has the strength to pull backward the next way. Evam vyasito buddhi samadhya manohridayate chap paramadhishyati prakshchityena yeyatam. Ya Devi
sarvabhuteshu shakti rupena samshrita namastasye 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 namo namah. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu shakti rupena samshrita.
when he decides to pull, but it seems as more he pull, more the alligator is pulling back. Every time they try to add force, pulling back. Slowly the women elephant, they start to let go. The same women that he's holding on to, and he's thinking that I love and you love and we will love and always love, they start to say, well, this are looking good. They're looking like it have better in this, you know. We try for a little while, but we're going to do pundit, we're going to do husband. And they start to release the sons. The sons are fighting. And after a while, one by one, they start to let go. And Gajendra is saying, why are you letting go? Why are you giving up? Daddy, you had a full life. Maybe it is your time to go. But if I hold on, you will drag me under. We are not winning this battle with this beast. It is better we who are young salvage our life. We have our full life. You are already halfway gone. Will we give up and surrender our being, our life for you? Sukhdev Goswami says, Gajendra is getting some bitter medicine. Because if it was the other way around, if the child was in the grasp of the animal, if death was coming, which parent would have let go and say, if I go surrender my life for yours? If that time the parent would give the blood, the organ, the self, the last dollar, they would give it away to save that child. But when the people, you hold on and you give your life, you give your time, you give your effort, you give your everything, when they disappoint you and it breaks you inside, this is what happened to Gajendra. Our actor in the form of an elephant is getting some bitter medicine. Tears start to run from him. His legs, back two legs are in the water and going deeper and deeper, and the front two foot is getting dragged. And in the mind, he starts to remember his previous janam. Now he's making deals with God. Prabhu, if you save me now, I will know what is important. Not children, not son, what a fool I was. I took the time you give me, and all my life is pronounced and punctuated with is helping other people live an easier and better life. I made sure my sons were happy. I made sure they got married. I made sure they had a start. I made sure the wife is comfortable. I took everything and I gave it to them. But now I am in trouble and they are giving up on me. Namo Bhagavate Tasme Yataha Yatchindaye Anyatam Puru Puru Ye Yadi Dvijayatam Pariye Ma Shamyade
Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsrita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsrita.
He starts to remember from his previous birth that he was blessed by the Guru in the previous life to remember mantras, to remember the prayer, the potency of Mahavishnu. And he starts to call upon him. The Gajendra Stotra is something when people are ailing in hospital, when people are fighting for their life, and it looks very dismal and bleak, and the person is ready to give up. The person who puts themselves as if they are the elephant, and they are about to lose, and you start to pray, chanting the prayer as given here, repeating that my eyes are touching the water. God, come quick. The water is about to fill my mouth. Come quick. You who are Antaryami, you are the one who lives inside each and every person, not some but all. I call upon you. Help me now. I was blinded by all the attachments, all the things, the corrupt karma, the things that make me a parent, the things that make me a landowner, a house owner. My life goes in preserving this house. But one day this house has to be separated, as we were saying before. He says, no, whilst life is within my body, I remember you. It is not late yet. Come for me, God. Do not allow me to suffer like this. Na vidya tasya ye chatam janama karma ye nam roop guna desho evam yati tata yapi luktayate.
Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsrita Namastasye नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता
Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. He says, Prabhu, I remember your form, your grace, your glory, your katha from my previous janam, and by your grace I could remember it now. When my life is about to leave this body, I realize I'm fighting a losing fight. That this alligator is about to pull me under, but before he pulls me under and I give up this body, Prabhu, you come and you safeguard my soul. I don't want to be in the form of an elephant or an animal anymore. I want to come to you. I bow to you, O Adok Saja. You are, in that name, Adok Saja, we talked about it last night, the one who, the only person, when you're doing Saraswati Puja, you just pray that I don't want to come back again and come back again. You just pray, dear God, bless me with the memory, bless me with the schoolwork. But when you're praying to Vishnu, most of the time, Krishna Arpan, you're offering Vishnu, Tarpan to Lord Vishnu in the form of the Kusha grass. Dear God, you have the ability to pull me out of the sansar, this birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. Please stop allowing me to have only bad and hateful experience. Bless me and uplift me. Namo Shanti. Everybody put your hand together. Let me say one verse. And I want you just, you pray. You have your trouble. For 2 seconds, those of you at home as well, close your eyes. Dear Lord, I have little issues. I have little alligators biting my foot too. Please hear my prayer and bless me and free me from these difficulties. Namo Shantaya Guraya Madhya Gunar Dharmaya No Nirvakeshu Samateshu Namo Nama Iti Dhyayate Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu. Salutations. You who assume sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, you appear serene and you could appear terrible like in the nursing form. You are the person for the ignorant to immerse themselves in. A person can study your lila, your story, and find mukti, liberation in it. This is my prayer, dear God, liberate me. And verse to verse, he continues to pray. I am neither God nor demon. I am neither human nor superhuman. I am just a beast. But dear Lord, inside of me, in this soul, is there such a thing as an elephant soul? It have no elephant soul. It don't have a human soul. It have a soul that Jiva Atma can go in any frame. And dear God, you saw it fit in this Janam to put me here. Please bless me that I find peace, that I am at peace, and He's calling faith. He's calling faith. Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. Sukdev Goswami says, it took this person, this entity, a lot of pain from the bite and the pull of this alligator. Blessed be the people that could learn the lesson that is being taught here without or before the suffering and the pain comes to teach you the lesson. In terms of guiding your behavior, I have sought your protection, Mahavishnu. Your glory is unsurpassable. You use Devi to create leelas like what we are talking about. May you please bless me and give me the Vardhan Ashirvad that I have to get, the ability to get. Please accept me. And he went on praying like this. He went on calling God, calling God, calling God. Alligator pulling inch by inch to get him. But no Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is not coming. Indra and all the other devtas, go. Prabhu, look how pure this man praying. Look how good this elephant is calling. Please don't let him die. Now consider this. Please do not let him die. He says, for some, Lord Vishnu says, for some people, because of the lack of sin, holy, godly people, when their time on the earth is done, their time on earth is done. What is the benefit of growing old? To only suffer the indignity of the family, of your body. Things start to shut down. The person is not able to grieve properly. Sickness comes for a person. He says different people have different amount of sin. But blessed be the person that so long they are on earth, let's say we do prasit karma with the till, black till, brown till, white till, and you pray, dear God, the mouth this caused so much trouble, forgive me for it. The hands do so much wrong, forgive me for what I did. My head, this thing, so much of bad thoughts, forgive me for what I did. And you take it and you could burn it in the hawan, in offerings, you could give it in the cedar, you could cook it in food in different ways. The person could atone for the mistakes. He says in this way, in that last moment when the eyes, the mouth, everything started to go under the water to suffocate, Lord Vishnu comes speedily with Garud. And with one hand, he lifts the elephant and the alligator out of the water. Raja Parikshit wants to know what happened next. All the devtas are sprinkling flowers from the heavenly region. Let's hear what happens as we start to deal with who is this alligator. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya
Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah
Gajendra Bhagwan Ye Makara Mukto Yapi Jnana Jnan Ye Yati Sav Ye Ya Prapta Rupan Pita Vrishayate
Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah.
When Lord Vishnu touches the trunk of the elephant and lifts him out of the water, all the teeth, all the pain, all the stifling, all the suffering, immediately by contact with Lord Vishnu, it is gone. The alligator is standing on one side, the elephant on one side. And Parikshit wants to know who is this? Who are these people here? Guruji says once upon a time, the king was wearing matted locks and staying in the hermitage of in the Malaya mountains, practicing the vow of silence. Siddharam. And finding in that hermitage of Agast Muni, Indra Yamuna, seated in a quiet place. He was doing jap, doing his prayer. And just as how somebody could be facing a different direction and the door is there, Agast Muni came in one day. And Indra Yamuna did not get up or show respect, pranam. And Agast Muni says, this sinful, uncultured, wicked soul, you, knowing that I am coming, knowing that I am here, you did not acknowledge me. Go and be born upon the earth as a species of elephant. Go with your big pride and your abhiman. Go and accept that big force. But in that time, he is praying. He is a great devotee of Lord Vishnu and Shaligram. And when he heard this shrap, Indra Yamuna says, dear God, bless me, be with me, go with me. And he got the blessing that in the moment when his life is about to leave the body, he will remember his prayers, his teachings. And when Lord Vishnu is taking them out, he's watching the elephant and laughing because he knows their story. Gajendra says, Prabhu, please tell me, what could a person do? What could a person do to overcome this type of sin and punishment? In the age of Kali Yuga, sins will destroy the effects and the blessing of prayer. What should a person do? Idam ahari pratu gajendra Kuru Kuru Satyam Shrunuvatta Varya Deva Minyatam Ekadasi Vishwa Viprayate
Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsrita
Namasasye Namasasye
Namasasye Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsrita
Shri Vatsal Kumbhaye Mala Sadage Kustumyatam Sadam Nigahe Mrigaye Yati Yena Ballaye Apanna
Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsrita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu
Gajendra says, because of that shrap, Mahavishnu, this is how I am here in this elephant. And I got caught up with the body. I didn't think I could change shell. I could be tall, I could be rich, or I could be short, I could be poor. But the same Jiva Atman that Lord Vishnu moves from body to body, the shell is different. Sukadeva Goswami says, he still got the shrap. He still gets the curse rewarded. He's born after he gives up this birth. He's born into an elephant family. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. When they go on to hear, the blessing now, as we wrap up, time has run away. In Kali Yuga, Krishna, the Lord of Liberation, King of Elephants, has been utilized in many ways to purify a person's record. This is no different, O Parikshit, by listening to this. The person who gets up before the dawn, before Brahm Muhurat, purifying themselves, take bath, and they concentrate their minds whilst making offerings to Mahavishnu, and they pray for what seems even impossible. You are going to get the blessing, whether you're sitting in a cave or where there is different animals, where there's water. There's no limit to this Gajendra Stotra. There's no limit to following this example. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki
Jai.
Jai. He tells Parikshit, that after blessing the elephant, he transforms the alligator into a Gandharva that had gained a shrap from Indra to be there. But the entire moment of this interaction was predestined, it was bound to happen. And he says after Gajendra comes back, then peace in this area will be returned and renewed. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. As we pause in this session, remember, if you're honest with yourself, remember we talk about truthfulness. In your life, you will come across tests. You will come across moments of burden and stress and worries. But the test, just like what we talk about with Durbasa, is in that test, will you fail or will you rise above that position, that moment, or that feelings that you get sometimes? Will you use that as a reason to behave bad, to not subscribe to the righteous sattvic ways? You just hear people, for example, I don't go to temple. When we doing prayers and have everybody passing on the road, who I know, I will tell them, hey, we having prayers. Maybe you belong to a different religion, but you come and eat. One of the fellas says, well, my father never carried me in the temple. So me, I don't know nothing about that. I'm comfortable going. I just go to church and I don't get a chance to even go there. I'll come in yours. One person say, the children, they have summer school and summer camp. We can't make it this time. And when you do that, you are not making a priority for your prayer. You're not learning about your dharma. And when you end up in predicament like this, when stress, and I mean the big stress, the big trouble, you wouldn't know how to get the help. So the lesson here, as we get closer to Lord Krishna, as we discuss is change the purpose, again, to use a character, Gajendra, and show that you could fight. You could. There's nothing like giving up. Once you are identifying the enemy, like how we have the alligator. I want to win that alligator, and with Lord Vishnu help, it is possible. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. This time, again, Shravan, the month of Lord Shiva. And one of the things that is dwindling in terms of numbers is the Gosain. The Gosain is the representative of Lord Shiva in our prayers. When you have Yag and you have the Baba by the Hawan, the Hotri, and the Ritwik, the one who's sitting on this side, the Gosain was or is the one who is at that level higher than the Purohit, the person who is supposed to teach the teacher how to go out there and do whatsoever. And for this reason, they are reserved to worship Lord Shiva, the Lingam. And in times gone before, you used to have to get a Gosain to come in your place to bless your house when you have Yag. Long time when I used to do Jag and we had ghosts from Grand Trace, ghosts used to come and sleep in the temple with me, stay with me. And I meet him by when Pari Krishna Mother had Jag. In those days, we was like them little children making noise, running up and down in the people place. And Ghost was, he was a fella, he used to teach me little thing. Whole night, we want to stay now. Like children, camping out. Just like how them camping out here and the car done per away. Whole night they took me. Oh, we tired, but 2 o'clock in the morning, the talk going sweet. Ghost teaching you, when your skin have this problem, take the tools, the dung, if you understand what I'm telling you, the dung of the pigeon and mix it with coconut oil and rub it on your skin, and ugly will get pretty, and all kind of different tutka and how to get this and how to pass that exam. And young children, we want to hear the Ramayana, man. And in those days, you used to have old sadhus who used to come and they used to stay with me in the Yagna. And it was one satsang in the night, let me say early night in the day, and man, real satsang in the night. Because one old pundit teaching and next old pundit, where they know, what is the jar with, what prayers they say, what fasting is to tell people. And it really was fun. For me to have pundit do not hear is an opportunity. And I'm glad I'll get to do my RT and I'll get my blessing. When I was going university, the first, doing, in those days, is to write an exam for scholarship. And didn't know much about the university. Avinash and Ravi and Jishnu and Vishwanath, the son and the nephew, and them pulled me in the apartment, and for 2 days coaching me quick. This is what the exam gonna look like. We well failed them exam. Me had to life. Me and my friend and fall asleep in the exam and all kind of thing. But the first time I eat at doubles in Kirap was with Ravi. Ravi carried me to eat doubles 2 o'clock in the morning. And we grew up like that. And all I wanted to do was to share these 2 people, to share them with all you. Because you wouldn't get to bow to people like this. So again, sometimes to get the Baba to come in your prayers hard. To get the Baba wife, good luck. That's real hard. So when you have the 2 of them together, I giving you a little advice. You don't study nobody, eh? Get up, get your tarrier, put the flowers on the head, look Sunil, Baba Sunil and he wife here too. Arti them, and take your blessing. Remember, when you touch the foot, you're trying to get the energy, the blessing of this, in this case, Gosain and Maharaj, this Brahmin, because of the Hawan, the prayers they say, you have to get help. Don't be proud like Gajendra, you know. When you need help, take the help. For those of you that wish, when RT going on, you get up and you get yours too. Because when you have your trouble, there is nobody coming to help you, you know. People will watch you, they will laugh at you and leave you like Gajendra. The same people, I have brother, you know. I have real brother, I have real cousin, real friend. You see the day your house burning down, the day your marriage in trouble, the day you have sickness, then you're going to see how much brother you have. That time is only your prayers and your God that go hold you and give you the strength to come out of the hole you're in. Vindravan Bihadilalaki. Everybody, let's stand as we do a little RT. Those of you are telling you, Darius, and we have plenty of flowers, boy. Where am I going? I don't know where you go. We have plenty of flowers. You want we RT? We are not coming on. Carry yourself. You are playing drum. I believe it have plenty of flowers. They all use up some of them flowers and put it. Don't you have to do the prayer? Yeah, just take it and put it by a Christian. In the next, as I said, after we're going to use this shami leaf. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grahana devesham trailokya timirabham.
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान। ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला है गान यही वरदान यही, हरि गान यही वरदान यही, जग की मंगल की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला है। सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी, ये मधुसूदन की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये मधुर बोल जग फंड खोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। ये मधुर बोल जग फंड खोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी, हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी, जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी, जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी। हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी, 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 जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी, जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी। ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण, 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 ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण। हर हर हरि ओम नारायण, हर हर हरि ओम नारायण, हरि हर हर ओम नारायण, हर हर हरि ओम नारायण। ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण, ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण, हरि ओम नमो नारायण,
Lord, sometimes it feels the shock when the trouble come, when the sickness come, when the bad news come. You just be happy, prancing and playing with your family, pleased with yourself. You save some money, you're comfortable in your life. But dear Lord, sometimes it just be like everything you have no value. Nothing can help me because now I help less. Prabhu, help me not to be like Gajendra and put so much of faith in myself alone that I could do it and I will do it and I don't need anybody and I don't need anything. Prabhu, help me to learn that I need your help. Help me to understand that whatever I have, whatever I am because of you. And whatever are my traits, strengths, characteristics, is you who give me it. But with your support, they will work. It will be effective. With that memory, like Gajendra, I will be able to win Mukti. Gajendra is transformed into the likeness, just like we heard in the Ajamil Katha with the Vishnu Dut. He is transformed into the likeness of Lord Vishnu. Prabhu, give me that Ashirvad, give me that Vardhan, that I could be like that too. Help me to learn. Blessed is the person that listens to the Gajendra Stotra, that when moments of pain and shock come, just like when Vishnu touched this elephant, the pain disappeared, the anxiety disappeared, the stress disappeared. Dear God, touch me and touch my life, touch my family. And if there's an unguarded moment, take away the crisis and give me the solution. We pray with one voice together as a family. Thank you, dear Lord, for the opportunity to pray together. Bless us to do it again. Tvameva Mata. Everybody.
Chapita Tvameva.
Tvameva Bandhuscha.
Sakha Tvameva.
Tvameva Vidya.
Ravinam Tvameva.
Tvameva Sarvam.
Mama Deva Deva.
Tvameva Sarvam. Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti. Everybody. Shanti. Shanti. Hari Om. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Pawana Patra Hanuman ki jai. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Jai Jai Sitaram.